Good morning, almost good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. My name is Philip, and I'm coming to you from Los Angeles. And really, really excited about this stream session. So I have the day today to handle business and take care of some things around the house. And feeling really good about that. And so one of the things I'm just getting ready for is some interviews, and before doing that, I'd like to prepare myself a little bit for the routes for these places that I'm applying to, and that's exactly what I'm going to be getting into today. Starting in Michigan, it's a really interesting sounding city. What is this? Well, the airport is Willow Run, Yankee India Papa, but Ypsilanti, Michigan. So it's a little class Delta airport. We'll take a look at the area over there. We'll look at the Detroit TAC chart and plan our route. I'm thinking from Yankee India Papa to Charlie India Delta. Nice short flight. Now, kind of like my issue last night with I was in the Citation 550, the Citation 2, the Bravo. It's a fantastic airplane, but oh dude, I should re-download my working title CJ4. Oh yeah, I should do that really quick. I was gonna say the issue was last night I wasn't able to fly the CJ4, so I ended up going in the Bravo. But the thing is I was prepping for a plane that I couldn't find anywhere on in the sim space for a Hawker a Hawker 400. I couldn't find anything for 2020 or X-Plane 11. So the Bravo was something that I hadn't flown in a long time, and I really missed it, and it was really nice to get back into it. Probably gonna get back into it today, actually. But it'd be really nice to find a Learjet, like a really good modern Learjet for either 2020 or X-Plane 11, and I just haven't been able to find one. So I'm just really shocked. I mean, they've got the Phenom is out there, a ton of different citations. The Premiere I've seen is out there. Like Challengers, but yeah, no Hawker 400 and no Learjet. So I'm gonna have to kind of make do, I think. Um, until then. But let's do this here. So performance. Oh, here we go. Um, Current version CJ4. Boom. Download that bad boy. And download the zip. Okay. And then now I gotta go hunt and find my the the community folder. Cool. Okay. So yeah, I need to go search for that community folder. Nothing wrong with that, but it is buried. Let's see here. See if I could find it again. So I think it's in program. Is it common? No. Let's do a search, I guess. Microsoft Flight Sim. Okay. Users. That's right. Okay, this is good. App data, I believe. Local. I think it was packages and then Microsoft Flight Sim, I think. Microsoft Flight Sim and almost there. I want to say, was it app data? No, it wasn't. I'm right there though. So local cache, packages, community. Good. All right, and then we're gonna delete that. So then I'm gonna come here and let's show that in the folder and extract it. Extract it. And it's gonna be, let's just go chase that all the way back. So it's gonna be users. App data, local, packages. So crazy to search for this folder is like fucking nuts. Microsoft Flight Sim. Local cache, packages, community. All right, and let's go just hop in Microsoft Flight Sim to see if that worked. Wait a second. Why? Wait. Microsoft Flight Sim, local cache, packages, community. Okay, and so the CJ4 should be in there, and that was from today. Okay, good. Let's go check that out actually first things first. Because that would be cool to do it actually in the CJ4. Um, Zach, what's up, dude? Sorry, man, I missed the the chat there, man. I'm doing well, dude. I just downloaded the CJ4, so I'm just gonna go into uh my Microsoft real quick and see how it looks. Here, I'll let you come along with me. And I think dude, I had such a good time last night in the Bravo and the Citation 2. I might just do that again. Such a good one to uh, practice in. Like, autopilot got weird last night, and like having to amend a flight, amending a flight plan, like a route in the flight in the FMC is still something I'm trying to get better at. It's really easy in the working title. But and I think as long as the Navigraph is up to date, that old style FMC should be, it seemed to be working pretty much fine for the most part, except for the fact that it seemed like it was a Navigraph issue last night. Not having that RNAV SID out of Fort Lauderdale. I thought that was like because I was a little late to update my Navigraph, but I know Navigraph isn't perfect either. It has like some things, not in there. So, so for today, so I have an interview, an initial phone interview on Tuesday afternoon. And so I was trying to, it was, let's see, actually, what kind of business jets? They only have one business jet in here. It's for a place flying Learjets, and kind of similar to last night, I'm just trying to fly the routes at least and get familiar with it. So that looks good. So I guess that's the only one. Let's actually take a look at it. It's out of KYIP. So it's out of Michigan, though. Little cold there. And 270 at 2. Yeah, so I'm pretty stoked about that. And I got I was on the website for the company, couldn't find any routes on there. And so I just typed it into Google, like, this company's name and like routes, and Flight Radar 24 came up with a bunch of good stuff. So I got at least some, something. I actually could look more at how they were flown, but I mean, I have the airport pairs and flightplan.com. I was just going to use that. Okay, cool, man. So we're looking really good. We're looking really good. Although I should have been on the ramp, though. See if I can start this thing up. Oh, I didn't select it as departure. Yeah, but things are good though, man. So I'm just trying to, I've got some research to do today. I'm gonna do a couple of these flights and then make some yummy lunch, dude. I've got I've got a ribeye that's been marinating since yesterday, and then a nice little piece of salmon, a little bit of surf and turf. I'm gonna make some veggies, sprinkle some shredded cheese on those veggies, dude. Oof. I got a kombucha in the fridge. I don't know if you drink kombucha, man, but the GT makes a goddamn good kombucha. So I think we need to be here. Gen's off. And I think we need to make sure everything's off All of that stuff is off. All right. What's going on with you though, man? Dude, last night was crazy, dude. Were you in there the whole time? Yeah, dude, it was crazy, man. Getting rated twice. Um, ignition. So generator, is the generator needed to be on or something or? Oh, dude, you're gonna go on that flight. Hey, man, best of luck, dude. Best of luck. Tell your dad I said hi, and yeah, yeah, take it one step at a time, man. Just mind the turbulence maybe through the pass, and you totally got it, man.
Landing gear.
Okay. It should start, I think, right? Oh, yeah, you know what? I think I needed there we go. And then as the N2 is coming up, that's right, I remember now. N2 is coming up, stable at 12, I believe, or something. Go ahead and run it. Oh, okay, cool, man. Good call. Good call. You're still going with pops? Awesome, man. That's cool. Do you remember your GoPro? Or are you kicking yourself again? All right, we have N2 coming up. Temperature and pressure stable on the number 1. Nice, dude. Nice. Let's get the systems going there for the battery. Let's get a generator on. All right, temperature and pressure on the number 2 are good. Emergency lights. Okay. Yee. Hee. Well, I am, um, I'm preparing this hoodie for you, babe. I'm preparing it. Babe, look, the CJ4, I downloaded the new, the one last night. Remember, it wasn't like, oh, let's see, actually. So, battery's happy. Oxygen is good. Hydraulic pressure is good. Yeah, I tried downloading, or I tried using this plane last night, and I wasn't able to. These screens were like white and like weird, you know? So, downloaded the correct version, and it's all good. Yee. So I'm debating whether to use this one or the... Oh, I miss you too. You're super sweet. Um, I'm debating whether to use this or the Bravo again. I guess I'm here, so I might as well. It's okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just use this one. Oh, we need to turn track IR on, actually. One thing I really like about Microsoft Flight Sim over X-Plane is like it's cool with me just using like deciding to turn on my track IR in the middle of the sim. You know, it doesn't like freak out. X-Plane freaks out if you don't start it right away. It doesn't know. I don't know what you want. Okay, what do we got here? Game capture charts. Okay, cool. Well, so that's the thing. We actually need to go and flight plan right now. So I'm gonna pause. Well, I'm gonna set this up. I guess initialize. If I could remember how to do that. So I want to say it's. Hey, thanks a lot, man. We'll talk soon. Best of luck on your flight, dude. I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna be on later tonight for Private Pilot Wednesdays. Looking forward to talking about it with you, man. Oh yeah. So perform. No, it's going to be. Initialize. There we go. Wait, no. Waypoint speed. Oh, here we go. No. Takeoff, approach, index, position. There we go. Excellent. So the flight plan, we actually need to figure that out. So I'm going to pause this. Get off of game capture and just go back to this. So so yeah, a little bit of flight planning before we hop in the CJ4. And what did I say the CJ4 in my, did I say the airplanes to specify? Yeah, I did say the Bravo. I'm gonna try and rename this site in the CJ4. So I hope that that updates. Flying the CJ4 Midwest. Okay, cool. Sweet. All right. Matter of fact, would probably be better if I just used full screen and then just, there we go. Just do that, dude. All right. So we're starting here at Ypsilanti, Michigan. This is a Willow Run. And today we're going to be flying a little bit around the Midwest, just getting familiar with this area, similar to what we were doing last night in the Florida area. So we got to CCID, or CCID, to CID. So Idaho Fall, East Iowa, Iowa Falls, Eastern Iowa. Okay, cool. So Class Charlie airspace. First of all, what's going on airspace wise around where we're at? Class Delta. We're underneath the Class Bravo. So that's good to know. Passing a bunch of airports along the way, and we pass over Chicago. Could probably stop even in Chicago, and then go from Chicago to CID. But let's see, at 300 knots, actually, let's be at 400 knots. It's got us at an hour and a half. Okay. It's pretty good. So that'll probably be it then. And let's see how we get in there. So in 6863, that's the CJ, that's the citation that I got. So YIP CID. So we're IFR, not a whole lot of these, but they've done the Learjet. So recently, 32,000. Kalen 2, looks like Kalen is used. Also Sanders. Sanders was used for the Learjet. Interesting. Probably look at that then. The Sanders departure. And then the arrival, any arrival into there? No, just the approach, I guess. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Sanders. And right away, I wanna look and see if is the Sanders in there? Oh, so we're gonna go flight plan, KYIP. To KCID. And the departure and arrival. So it's going to be the Kalin is there. Sanders, good. Sanders. No Sanders. Oh, what is it? What does it say for the transition? It does say Sanders, but yeah, it's these two transitions. So Sanders, FWA. Well, probably Big Hurt. The Big Hurt is transition's probably the way to go. Let's look at the world low. Eventually, they have us going to FWA. So where's that? Let's see here. FWA. So, oh, Sanders down here. I see. So they have us going down. I wonder if this, what was it? Damn. Tor. I wonder if Tor is the way to go. Sanders and Tor. Oh, Sanders. So it depends on what we want to do. Tor. Does Tor work? There's Sanders right there. It actually doesn't really matter. We can do anything. We can do either one works, actually. Tor probably does not work. From Sanders, we probably want to... Sanders is pretty south regardless, and then so we're going to need to go to the west after Sanders. Yeah, so probably Biggert, actually. But it doesn't really matter because I guess we'll put Biggert, but we're going to be above all of this at really, really soon. And let's see. Yeah. It's the Biggert one. It's definitely the Biggert one. And we're going to be departing runway 27, so just straight out there at or above 1220. And then a left turn, probably Jules direct, right? Runway 27, climb on heading. Then radar vectors to Jules at or above 4. Track to Sanders. Maintain expected altitude 10 minutes after departure. Biggert transition. Yeah. If unable to accept 500 feet per nautical mile climb rate, advise clearance on initial contact. Okay. Oh, I see. So all runways. Avari, what's up? How much of this stuff do you file? How much do they give you at clearance delivery? I'm actually going to answer that question right now. So let's take a look at that, because what I'm looking at as far as filing goes and the route is this right here, is this stuff. And so in the route, like I'm actually not gonna file anything because I'm not on with like ATC or anything, but you would file this whole thing in the route, and they would then clear you to depart runway 27. Climb. They're probably going to say climb via the Sanders 2 departure. Biggert transition, even though you file Sanders. Um, and then as filed, they're going to say as filed, and what they know is that you're going to go to these these points to point to point, and then in clearance and so you're going to file that, and then clearance delivery, that's what they're going to tell you to do. It's going to be really, really simple. Okay, cool. So yeah, Biggert transition, that'll work. So then we're back here, Biggert transition, runway 27, execute, and then legs. Let's go ahead and get rid of this discontinuity needs to be there. That's fine. Sanders, Rita, Siebes, Kernko, Biggert. Okay, cool. And then the arrival. There was no arrival. So what's happening over at Iowa? Wind is 290 at 6. So runway 31, 62. Yeah, runway 31 works. 27 as well, actually, to be honest with you. 27 is actually the way to go. ILS runway 27. Very, very straightforward. Yes, and so I would file a star, and it would look like I don't see any actually on here, but you would file just in the same way that you're filing this this SID right here. You would see that like on the back end right here before the airport, and you would just copy and paste all of that in there in the route portion of the flight plan. And then they kind of know what's and that's why flightplan.com is a really nice place to go, because you can see how many times did they issue that type of thing, like this type of clearance. There are not many flights going into this place from this place that I'm looking at, but a lot of the time, you'll see times issued greater than 10, and it's like that is what they will be expecting you to do. So then you can go and brief those, you can brief that star and say, okay, like, how am I going to be stepping down out of the flight levels? What are my speed and altitude restrictions, and what type of approach can I expect? Because usually in the narrative at the end of a star, they'll tell you, expect ILS, 27, or expect radar vectors, and expect radar vectors is whatever the approach is up to you. Really, the approach, you could request anything you want anyways, but it kind of gives you an idea of what typically accompanies that star. It's really nice. So yeah, you would file that. Now looking at this ILS, super nice. So for GA IFR, is it usually the same as what the big boys get? No. Small fry GA, the GA IFR like that I do, because I don't do this stuff yet, but I hopefully soon. That's actually why I'm flying this. I have an interview. I have a couple of interviews coming up in the next week or two. So the small guys, really what it is it's a departure procedure, a little bit of en route, and then an approach. That's really what you're going to be doing. Rarely are you going to be doing an arrival, if ever. You will rarely be doing an arrival as a GA pilot, but you may be doing, it might be weird to do a SID as a GA pilot, but you absolutely can. Like there are SIDs out there that get you, into the system. Typically what it is though is an obstacle departure procedure though. It's not going to be a SID that you do. It's usually going to be an ODP. And the route is usually in GA, depending on where you fly out of. Like if you fly out of most places, my understanding is you do not have what's called tower en route. But what tower en route is in very busy, dense areas like around Bravos, they have established routes between airport pairs in a confined space, in a confined terminal area. So like here, I'll show you what I mean. We'll look at the chart supplement for my area. And now the other thing is take this with a grain of salt, because looking at the chart supplement in different areas, like I've seen, they different places do tower en route like quite differently from the last time I checked. But I'll just show you my tower en route right there, tower en route control. We've got it up in the Northern California area. We got them in the Southern California area as well, and I've seen it in other oh shit, where'd it go? Here we go. I've seen it in other Class Bravo areas and stuff. Let me show you here in Southern California. So see, what happens is they've got established routes between these. Oh, why? Where's the zoom? Tools? I don't know where the zoom is. Normally there's like a zoom thing. Hidden window on the bottom. Oh, dude, duh, right there. My bad. I was looking for it up here, but yeah, right here. Okay, cool. So yeah. Thank you. So these are established routes that will be determined by whatever category you find yourself in, whatever classification. You're probably going to be in the Q route. So you've got here, like, let's say that I want to go from Long Beach to Temecula. Okay, you might not know where those airports are, but I'm going to show you right here. So the way that you're going to go when you're small GA, and not necessarily small GA, but I mean usually like when you're GA, you're local flying, right? So in these local areas, you've got these tower en route control routes. You got Long Beach, from Long Beach to Temecula, this F70. So you're going to file Coastal Papa 16 as a code. And what that's going to tell them, they are going to know that you are doing this stuff. And so when you go to clearance delivery or you go to ground and they tell you, you know, what you're going to do, they're going to clear you. You are cleared to the French Valley Airport via the Coastal Papa 16 via the Coastal Papa 16 tech route. And then you're going to actually read that back. They're not going to tell you Seal Beach, Victor 8, Paradise, you know, Jessix. But they will, you can expect them to clear you to, you know, whatever initial altitude and then 5,000, you know, 10 minutes after departure or whatever. So that's kind of more of the way to, you know, even though you can file and attempt to fly a SID, out of, you know, when you're GA, when you're IFR, you may get that, but you'll likely not get that. You'll likely just get the obstacle departure procedure, the standard vanilla departure procedure out of an airport. And then the route will be the tech route. And then right here, you're looking at Jessix, right? So then what happens is you go to your destination, you go to French Valley or whatever your destination is. You know that you're doing the tech route to French Valley. And you say, okay, cool, my tech route terminates at Jessix. Okay, that's really convenient because the initial approach fix is actually Jessix on the RNAV. You see, on the RNAV runway 8, it starts at Jessix, the initial approach fix. And then Jessix, Tikmu, Ikulu, Dan, you're stepping down all the way down to runway 18. So that's kind of the system. When you're GA and small, that's kind of the process there. Sorry about that. It might have been a little bit more than what you were asking, what you were hoping for, but. And you do have to learn to answer your question. Sorry about that. You you want all the info. Oh, you want, be careful what you wish for, dude. Um, do I have to learn? You do have to learn SIDS and stars for your instrument rating. Yeah, yeah. Really, when you're learning your instrument rating, you're learning how to read them. You're learning about how to read the uh and how to read and determine the performance requirements. Like, departure procedures will require a certain like performance of your aircraft to like climb at a certain rate to a certain altitude. Um, you got to know how to look at those performance requirements, and just usually they're benign, especially out here in the Midwest. It's like flat, there's like nothing, there's no terrain, right? But out here in the Western United States, it's all mountainous. So different amounts of non-standard takeoff performance requirements. So you got to know those. And I think the big picture about it is with SIDS and stars is just like how did they work in the system. And that's what I love about, flight sim and using things like the CJ4, or I was in the citation the Bravo last night, is when you're with the big boys, like when you're actually in a jet or turboprops and you're going some distances, the real way to do it is a SID to an established route, going from point to point, to an arrival, stepping down on an arrival to a point at which an approach begins, doing the approach, and then you're there. That's really how you get from place to place. And so, when you're first studying your instrument rating, yeah, you study SARS and SIDS, even though you don't really do that many of them, especially if you're not in a really busy area where there aren't even a lot of options to do that. There are a lot of options in LA, of course, Um, but and you might, depending on where you're flying out of, you very well might do some SIDS just to kind of experiment with it or whatever, or maybe even do it VFR. Oh, dude, Atlanta. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Like, dude, you're gonna have what? Are you actually? You're not out of ATL. Are you out of? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. I know, dude. Your class Bravo's the easiest one to pick out. It's the one that's the giant box. There you go. Northwest of the Bravo. You said RYY. Cool. Yeah, so departure procedure wise, so you have no departure procedures out of there, but that's okay. You've got maybe out of one of these deltas. Van Nuys is one that I'm thinking of by my house, that, or in my neck of the woods, where it's a class delta, but it's I think the biggest busiest class delta in the world. It's, or well, they're not, it's the busiest like community, you know type of airspace in the world. It's absolutely bonkers there. So you got a shit ton of stuff. None of these class deltas really have any departure procedures, but that's okay. So instead, what you're gonna do is file your the ODP out of there. What is that? Cobb, Atlanta. So it's probably under Atlanta. If you go to the takeoff minimum section, these are the obstacle departure procedures, the ODPs. These are the vanilla departure procedures that I was talking about. Um, uh, Atlanta, I think it'll be under. These are cities, so it's probably going to be under Atlanta, and then Cobb. There it is, right there. So this is you. And what's gonna happen is departing out of like runway 9 or something. The weather's got to be 200-foot ceilings and 1 3/4 miles visibility for 200 feet per nautical mile. Or if the weather is less than that, with a minimum climb of 223 feet per nautical mile. So you got to know how to calculate that based on your aircraft. If you're in a 172 and you're doing 75 knots or whatever, you'll find out how many miles per minute that is, and then multiply that times, what is that, 1.3 or something. 1.3 times 223 is feet per minute, and then you're going to check your POH that you can do that. Of course you can, that's what I'm saying is this relatively small, it's pretty flat out there. So takeoff minimums, 200 feet per nautical mile climb gradient. Takeoff must occur no later than 1,800 feet prior to the departure end of the runway. Interesting. The procedure here, runway heading to 1,900 feet before proceeding south. Easy peasy. So there you go. It's runway heading, climb to a certain altitude, and then turn south. Like, that's literally the procedure, and then you're on with the departure control. I'm assuming Atlanta, Tracon, and then you're good to go at that point. So that's a really easy one. Yeah. Yeah, you're in a really good area like LA. It's actually, I'm kind of surprised that, because Atlanta's the busiest airport I think in the world, right? But yet there's not a lot of, yeah, Atlanta's the busiest airport in the world, but there's not a lot of congestion that I can see. I mean, LA, what you have is a lot of airports in a confined space, but it's all spread out a lot over here. So it's just got to be crazy commercial. It's got to be the base. It's easily the busiest commercially, but I wonder if airspace wise in general, like that, the LA basin has to be the fucking craziest place. Because you're in a bowl. Like, you have mountains all around us in the LA basin, and you got to come in, all the, you have, the way that you have to come in is crazy. Have you ever looked at the LA TAC? I'm gonna go back to, yeah, LA TAC is fucked up, dude. It's cray cray. So, yeah, I'm an instructor down there in LA, or down here, I should say, in LA. And, kind of like Atlanta, it's good. It's good if you're training here, because you deal with stress and communication that is real deal. We have circles of it for airspace. You have all kinds of shapes. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, well, that's the thing too, is circles are everywhere. Like, circles are all over the place. But yeah, you come to LA, and it's weird, man. It's weird shapes, because, like, look at these Charlies. you know these Charlies are like super weird shaped. I mean, they're circular-ish, but first of all, nothing circular about this Bravo. It's all like wedge shaped. Or look at these deltas. Like this delta right here. This is where I operate out of right now, Fullerton. It's a square. It's a box delta. Underneath these weird shaped Bravo shelves. And look at this whole massive area. Look at the surface Bravo that's out here. 2,000 foot Bravo, like, out. So anyway, yeah, it is really, really interesting. But there's Van Nuys for you right there, Class Delta, right underneath the shelf there. But everything is layered. Everything is, all layers on top of each other. So anyway, man, yeah, great discussion, dude. Have you started your instrument rating training yet? Like, are you in the sim at all, or you're doing your? We do not have corridors. We have many different ways of VFR transitions. We have VFR transition routes. So, like, here, I'll show you really quick, and we'll get back to the flight here. But we've got these different transition routes, where like you need a Bravo clearance to go through them. So it's not a corridor. Like, you are actually in Class Bravo. Your ATC clearance required for the Coliseum. You're just basically, you're going along established radials. Looks like Van Nuys is using this one in Seal Beach. There's Van Nuys for that one. Santa Monica for this one. Um, oh, dude, you come to the right place then, man. Yeah, my IFR Tuesdays. I do IFR stuff Tuesdays and then private pilot Wednesdays and Thursdays. Good for you though, man, for taking the plunge into the instrument rating. That's the toughest one. You know, CFI, yeah, CFI is tough. Commercial is pretty easy. Just got to be better about talking about your cross country and some extra regs and some extra systems or whatever. But the instrument rating is the real deal, you know, for sure, for sure. So yeah, no corridors here in LA. You've got the special flight rules that you are in Surface Bravo without a Bravo clearance. Actually, that's kind of an interesting one. But you go down to San Diego, and you do have a VFR corridor right here in San Diego. Look at these two adjacent Bravos right next to each other, Miramar and International. There's your VFR corridor right there. Right, these rules right here. As you go down this dotted red line, this area right here, you could see the um, it's a Surface Bravo to 33, and then from 47, and then there's a ceiling there, and then it's Echo from 33 to 47, and then from 47 to 10, you're back in Bravo again. So there's like a little like Class Echo tunnel, like through the Class Bravo. You see, so that's really the corridor. This whole like area is where there's like a little Class Echo cutout, right between 33 and so, you know, 33 and 47, that allows you to be 35 and 45, you know what I mean, depending on which way. That's kind of cool if you think about it. They kind of really cut that out top to bottom for those VFR cruising altitude one guys going one way or the other way. You can like read about it and stuff, but people kind of mix that up and they say like, oh, you know, they're looking at these transition routes right here and they're like, oh, look at these corridors and stuff. It's like, no, like, make no mistake about it, you are in Bravo. You are absolutely in Bravo, you know. Cool, man. Yeah, good for you, dude, for getting your knowledge going first, though. That's the smartest way to do it. That's the wise way to do it, dude. Get in the sim as well, I would say. Okay, man. So, FWA BVT right there. That's kind of weird. I wonder if there must be like a jetway. Is there like a high? No. Okay. Huh. Weird. So BVT, PNT. Pontiac. No, not the Victor. What are you flying? What are you doing your instrument rating in? I did mine in an Archer. It's a great airplane. So BVT, PNT, Cherokee, or the Arrow. Ooh, that Arrow would be cool actually if you could afford it, because then you could do that for your commercial after, and then you're already super familiar with it, you know. Because when you do your commercial, it's a commercial instrument, so that'd be sick if you could do your instrument in the Arrow. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, exactly. You get your complex, dude, and it's not even that bad, you know. Just trim it out and what? Really? For an Arrow? No way. Wow, I'd be all over that, dude. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I'd be all over that. You probably don't have GPS in that though, right? For 150, or do you? You have like a little unit in there? BVB. No fucking way, dude. BDF. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I would be all over that if I were you, dude. For but it's two units. The 530 is certified, and I don't actually know the 480. I know the 430 and 530, but 480. Oh, BDF right here. That's freaking rad, dude. Yeah, if you could do that for 150, absolutely. Oh, dude, you must do the arrow for the instrument. Just learn that prop, dude, and the landing gear. Not a big deal. Okay, and so how are we getting on this ILS? Actually, no, yeah, that is what we're doing. ILS runway 27. Or let's do the maybe. Oh, okay, cool. You know what? Even better though, like that what you're doing with the instrument rating, some people when it's a hobby, they don't do the instrument rating, but what they don't realize is when you're done with your private pilot and you pass your private pilot check ride, you're only like a third of the way there, dude. Really, like it's interesting because you got the certificate, right? The main certificate, the private, um, is only a third of the story. The rest of the story, the 2/3 of the story, of what's left, the 2/3 is all instrument rating, not commercial, not multi, not any of that stuff. If you want to do that stuff later, then fine. But really, the complete pilot is a private, and then the instrument rating. And it's just interesting that a rating, like an add-on, would be 2/3 of of a real complete pilot. Yeah, and that's super rad. Some people just are like, okay, I did it. What's next? And it's like, no, 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 no. The instrument rating, honest to God, is really what you need to be doing. So Iowa City, Barrow VNav. This is nice. LPV 250. So Iowa City. Started building an RV10. Ooh, cool, man. Yeah, that's rad. Very, very cool. Yeah, very smart. Especially in your area, like you have weather that comes in as those cold fronts move through. You got the weather, and you just it's like a busy terminal area. You want to be comfortable with approach and with you want to be comfortable talking to Tracon and not just talking to flight following, um you want to know your options. I think I would think in that area, IFR wise, you want to know those options, and you want to be more intimately familiar with regs, and that's the real, like, that's the instrument pilot, man. That's the instrument pilot right there. Oh, dude, we should just do Sibno instead. Graphy. We get pop-up weather a decent bit on my PPL solo. Started pouring on my last pattern lap. Came in and out of nowhere. Decided on the downwind. I'm getting my instrument rating as soon as able. Way to turn that into a positive, though, man. That's awesome. Wavam Judas. Okay, cool. So there's that, and then Sibno should be like here. Good. All right, cool. So that's what we'll do. We'll do as filed, and then we'll just come around Sibno, and we'll just do the RNAV into Cedar Rapids. That'll work. Okay, cool. So departing runway 27. The arrival will be the RNAV 27 from Was it Judas? Wait. It was, right? See, I thought it was Sibno. Yeah, not... Well, I guess Judas works too because it's an initial. Yeah, we could just do that. Judas. But it should have uh, the other one in here. Execute. Yeah, you came to the right place, man. The instrument rating is my favorite thing to... I'm a double I. And, dude, the IFR training is the shit, dude. It is the shit. And, by the way, it's a win-win situation, dude. It's my favorite thing to teach because it's the most critical. Like, I get to help pilots get good at something extremely important to be good at. But also, dude, I stay proficient as I explain stuff. You know what I mean? Super, super important. All right, so performance, cargo, fuel, cruise altitude. What were we doing? I think it said 32. 36. 36. Talk if you without making you type too much. Like, currency worries you a bit. Are you talking about like proficiency actually? Like currency being like, oh, I hope that I can stay proficient? Because currency, obviously, there's when you learn more about like currency, like maybe you even know, like the requirements to stay current legally for IFR is not good. They're not there's so little that you need to do. And it's kind of crazy because, it's easy for that to lapse actually, depending on where you're at and the weather and stuff. One of the remedies for that is, go find a facility that you probably have one around you. You're in a big, busy area and you're in a class, there's got to be a flight school in one of those class deltas with a Redbird, an FAA certified advanced training device. And you can like do your IFR currency like in those. And you can just do that by yourself. You don't even need a double I for that. So that's so yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. I would worry about because you got to do 6 approaches in 6 months, holding, intercepting, and tracking of electronic or navigational courses. And I would worry about staying proficient because yeah, I thought you needed. Oh no, absolutely not. But it does need to be FAA approved. But they have them around. Like, you could go find a place with a Redbird for like 80 an hour or something like that, or maybe cheaper. And you don't even need full motion. Like, I get motion sick, so I don't use the motion. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. But I mean, stay on top of your currency like legally, whether it's in an airplane or whether it's with the flight school. It's got a 350. Old flight school has a like $350 a year unlimited deal. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good if you think about it. Unlimited for a year. That's pretty nice. That's really nice, actually. Especially in a place like where you're at, where when those cold fronts move down, like the weather gets real, dude. At least from what I've seen, you're out there experiencing it, So, let's actually tune and get our weather here. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And it is X-Plane, by the way, not Microsoft Flight Sim. Microsoft Flight Sim, actually, it's better than nothing. But yeah, X-Plane is, if you're an actual pilot, X-Plane is what's going to keep you proficient, for sure. and get Pilot Edge. I don't know if you use Pilot Edge yet or not or whatever, but absolutely. Oh, you know what? You don't have Pilot Edge out there in Atlanta. Pilot Edge is out here. Well, look into VATSIM for you. VATSIM is free. I think it could be most of the time professional, sometimes not. It can be like, whereas with a paid service like Pilot Edge, they're always professional. Well, I mean, I know I would if I were you, but I can't, I wouldn't ask somebody to do that because it's like you definitely want to get used to your area. And VATSIM, I think, is a really great option for you, because you do, at the end of the day, like, you do need to learn how to fly IFR in your neck of the woods. you know you do need to learn your departure procedures. You need to learn your approaches. You need to get familiar with addressing and working with Atlanta approach, or whatever I'm sure they're called, Atlanta approach. So I definitely would advise you to focus on that. And since Pilot Edge doesn't go out that far, they do go to Denver and everything west of Denver. But for 40 a month, 20 a month is LA Center only. But for where you're at, it would be VATSIM probably, which I hear is better than nothing. And then if you want for extra credit, yeah, like go Pilot Edge in LA, or go, if you want it for 20 a month, or if you want to do 40 a month, I do 40 a month. I mean, how could you not? Dude, 40 a month gets you all of Western United States. That, go real deal Western United States with the radio work, you know what I mean? With, San Diego, LA, San Francisco, Seattle, there's Salt Lake Center, there's Denver. Like, you could go crazy over here too, but that would be like more extra credit, I would say. Okay, let me actually get my yeah, and you know what? I'm sorry, I just don't have experience with VATSIM at all to recommend it, or to know like how to even install. I'm assuming it's a plugin for X-Plane. Oh yeah, dude. Well, you bring great energy too, man. I mean, I really appreciate that. And you know, a pilot. You're a pilot, and pilots that are excited about learning, that makes me excited, man. That's what's up. That's what's up for real. So good for you. And I'm really really glad that I can share that energy, man. Because you know what, the instrument rating, it is exciting, like, to learn. I love to learn, and learning is fun. Challenging ourselves is fun for sure. But the reality is, like, without that, I mean, and that's true. But real talk, dude, the instrument rating is fun as fuck, dude. It's just fun. It's fun to plan. It's fun because you are real. Like, when you're up there, especially when you're single pilot and you're single pilot IFR, like in IMC, all the chips are in, dude. You know? There you go then. Then you're in the right place, dude. If that's what you want, IFR's like, hold my beer. Yeah, but honestly, that's what it is. That's what it's all about. Easy mode. Everything's easy. Like, everything is easy if you can, as long as you can master control the airplane. That you're extremely master. Um, discipline, checklist discipline. Make sure that you got your checklists. That your callouts are there. And that your flow, like, that you got a really quick and efficient cockpit flow, like, for your checklist, your mental items checklist. It's all, assuming that you have that kind of stuff going on, dude. It's all about the pre-flight. It's everything. It's a bunch of stuff like what we've just been doing, looking at how what the routing is and the approach and what this or that, and what type of departure procedures and where we're going, programming and stuff, and like making sure your flight's good to go. Dude, it's all VFR flights will just be easy. That's the yeah, totally, man. Totally. You don't think she'll go on IFR with you? I know my lady took some convincing, but she's down. We're waiting for some weather. She's down for like an adventure, and I'm like, oh shit, marry me. What's up? Oh, she's never even been up. Oh, dude, you gotta get her up, dude. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, Kate. Yeah, I've taken my girl like several times, and so she's kind of that was a process though for sure. Um, the whole like surrendering control thing, and like it's like scary. It's like it's a situation, like it's a sketchy feeling thing if you're not a pilot. Oh, I see. Damn, that's some real talk right there. Yeah, I hear you. Different people have different ways of viewing it, because she has kids too. I'm a step parent. She's got two beautiful kids, and I know that that's on her mind too. But I think what helps is, you know, it's different though. Actually, now that I think of it, because I'm an instructor, she knows that I'm an instructor. I've actually taught her some stuff, but she knows that I've got a ton of sim time, that I'm like getting up there almost 1,000 hours, and she sees what I do on Twitch. Like I teach people on Twitch how to do IFR and stuff, and so I think it's just different. She's seen me time and time again, like teaching people how to do it, so obviously I know how to do it. Um, so maybe one day, you can, maybe what you can do, dude, is GoPro it, GoPro it and just kind of have her expose her to the environment where she can be in the comfort of like the home, and you can be like, dude, like this is all there is to it, and this is how beautiful it looks. Like, just GoPro that like on the head or whatever, and kind of put her in the seat without her having to be there. Or what Kate and I did, or like when we took the kids, we just went to the airport. We just went to the airport and walked around and like just kind of looked at some planes and felt them and sat in them and then left. We didn't actually go fly. We did that a couple times. I think explaining the instrument rating and all the training I have will make it. Yeah, it's just you're so much more credible. Um, and I totally agree. I totally agree. And I think too, like your wife, right? So support system is everything. Like when you're going through flight training, and she'll see like how hard you're working, um, and she'll see like what's going on, like as you work through it, and you'll bring home success stories, throughout the training, and um, I think maybe the perception over time, you know, will differ. I'm sure it'll be fine, dude. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, dude. Well, I also have like the bougie like subscription. I'm full bougied out, dude. Like for flight. Um, the Jeppesen is a separate subscription actually altogether. But what's really cool is like like for example, you go to the flight plan is done, right? So I can send that to the oh actually check this out. So with the bougie plan, you have this like kind of sim that you can do. Like there's the airport right there, and you could fly the route that you uh put in there. So like, and what's really cool about this is you can look around and see like where are is my route like over fields, you know, or where am I gonna put it if the engine quits, you know? And there's like fields everywhere. Obviously, you're gonna put it wherever you want, but you know, in LA, like it's really nice to see like where the golf courses are. Vertical nav planning for VFR, but the plates and the 3D is stupid cool. Yeah, yeah. Just treat yourself, dude. Like, cause you're doing your instrument rating, right? So you could just treat yourself later. You definitely don't need this for your training, I would say, you know. But the approach procedures, you know, they come for free. Like the government issued ones are free. Um, but see, you have that airport right there, and pretty sweet. And you could even filter. You could filter like the different things, like where the icing is at. See, so we're kind of going through this icing layer, or this freezing level right here. So, you know, and then boom, you're clear. I think that might be that's either a freezing level, or I don't know if that's an air met. That might be an air met, actually. I forget. Um, or turbulence. Dude, Jet sells itself, my friend. Um, like, so I would say the if I had to if I had to say what the difference was in one word, it would be organization. And like period, you know. I think Jep is more well organized. The flow is better. It makes more sense. You have to hunt for things less. Um, you're gonna learn on FAA. FAA is not bad. You know, you just need to know where to look for stuff. But yeah, I mean organization, dude, like right here. First of all, the approach procedure itself is very well organized. A lot of similarities to the FAA. You have like the briefing strip up here in the top with other information. You've got the plan view of like, you know, where any terrain is at, and then the profile view. I kind of like the way that the profile view is illustrated though, because you actually have one major difference in the way that it's presented is right here you have it visually. You have the where the end of the road is on this descent right here, like from Wavum to the end of the road on that final segment when you're doing your descent to the runway. um on the FAA charts, the end of the road is not really depicted as it is, based on different minimums and stuff. Like they just kind of generally have the missed approach point. The final segment just kind of ends, and then you have like a dotted line that shows the minimums, and then it's up to you to know where, based on what approach you're doing, like where the end of that solid line is, like the end of that segment. It's up to you to know where that is, and that's not asking too much, you know, of an instrument pilot, so I get it. But right here, if you look at the Jeppesen, they do depict different DAs and MDAs. So see, these are these different arrows right here that do represent, like, let's say that the when we're looking at the LNAV for number 3, you can see here number 3, the bold threes right there are corresponding. That 1260, you're gonna go straight, reach the missed approach point, that M right there, which is the approach end of runway 27, and then go missed. Whereas on the LNAV VNAV, you're gonna go past that visual descent point and down, let's see here, to number 2. Oh yeah, yeah. So those are different DAs. You can see 2 and 2 right there. But so LNAV VNAV, you're gonna go down a little bit more to 1163 and then go missed, or the LPV down to 1112 and then go miss. You see? So it's kind of nice that you have different ways of, you know, where are those, like from that visual descent point, how is the rest of the approach, you know, done? Um, you also have a visual, that dotted, the little dots right there. That is the visual segment of the approach. Now, it's not depicted on the FAA because they assume that, you know, based on 91.175, like beyond that point, like you do need a visual of some kind. So that's regulatory. That shouldn't be charted because you should know the reg, right? But I'm just saying it's a complete picture of like what is going on. Also, in terms of this right here, so looking at the missed approach graphical right here, it kind of makes sense. Yeah, I like that too, you know, and I like this actually right here is probably one of my favorite features of the approach chart, where it's the sequencing of what you're going to be doing on the missed approach that begins with the approach lights. The FAA does offer pictorial, like a paneled version, in addition to text, as far as what the missed approach procedure is going to be, but they don't the approach lights, if there are approach lights, the approach lights is randomly depicted like up in the top center of the briefing strip on the FAA chart, whereas down here it makes way more sense. As you're coming down and you get to your minimums, the first thing you're hopefully going to see is the approach lights. And then if you don't, you know, in the PAPI off to the left or the right or whatever it is, right? If you don't, then after the approach lights, you're going to go do this and then that and then that. So that's really nice. There's a lot more to sell on this, but I'm just going to show you one more thing. Let me just send this to the plates here. Send to the plates. The main superiority, in my opinion, is the airport information. Like I said, organization. If you go to the airport info on JEP, you're brought to this. Also, I think the airport diagrams look better, personally. Um, the airport information has things on it that you would go to one, two, three or four different sources for this information. It has information on this one page that you would otherwise need to go to the chart supplement for, the terminal procedures publication for the takeoff minimum section, and the departure procedures. The alternate weather minimums is in a separate place. And what's another one? Forgot this fourth one here, but, and it's all, instead of going to those different places, it's all right here. So runway, like pilot controlled lighting, width, you know, and runway lighting and stuff is all right here. Also, the landing distance beyond the glide slope, you don't have that on the FAA chart. The question is landing, when, if you follow the glide slope down to the ground, how much distance do you have after that point? What's the point in knowing that you have, you know, 5,000 feet of runway, but you've got a 1,200 foot long displaced threshold, but you're reading 5,000 or whatever I said, 5,000 feet of landing distance? You know, like, that's not the actual what you have at the end of the glide when you touch down on the glide slope. So that's nice to know. And then down here, what the departure procedure is right here. What your climb requirements are. And then finally, for filing as an alternate, that's a separate place. You know, if you want to file this airport as an alternate based on what approach you're trying to use, and, you know, Taco, what's up, dude? Oh man, it's been a while. Good to see you, man. These what the weather needs to be for you to file this airport as your alternate, depending on what approach you intend to use, it's all right here. So yeah, organization, I would say, man. I mean, hands down, JEP is the way to go. Okay. Whew. So, getting back to it, man. Great questions, by the way. So, so we're looking good, man. We're looking good. We got the route right there, and then RNAV runway 27 from Judas, and looks good. Looks real good. Interesting route though. You see, kind of like dips down, like totally around. I wonder if that's because Chicago has folks like coming out in a certain way. So, Sanders. Oh, you know what? Hold on, wait. Let's do. Hold on. Procedures, departure, the Sanders, Bogart. Oh, right. No transition. That's right. Okay, gotcha. Right, right, right. Because Sanders, that's right. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Perfect. Um, I actually need to read the procedure a little bit more closely. So, actually, I'm just gonna go to the plate itself. So the Sanders. Um. So radar required, RNAV 1, GPS, speed restriction, at or above 10,000, maintain 280 until advised. So we'll set that. We just need to be aware of that. Looks like. Oh, dude, Avari. You know the other thing I was gonna say is dope about Oh, dude, I need to download my obstacles actually. Oklahoma. VFR. Packed. Okay. It looks like I do have my obstacles. Okay, good. Because I was coming here, and the synthetic vision is also really, really cool. So we'll just make sure that the terrain is showing. It looks like actually it is showing good. Okay. Dude, I'm all like fired up, man. I need to like change out of my hoodie into a t-shirt, dude. Got me all worked up. I do. So I recently got, or my girlfriend recently got me the Sentry, and that is the shit, dude. That is a flight instructor cheat code right there. So yeah, Sanders. So the I think it's the mini. I mean, it's kind of small. It's like a little box. It's not like the long rectangular one. But it's dope. It's super sick. It's got great, dude. It's not just traffic. It's weather. You can like it's I want to say it's definitely Wi-Fi because you connect that way, and you can connect it with your ForeFlight. Obviously, it's super easy, seamless connection. It's awesome, man. It's the shit. Um, Willow Run. So airport. We are out of Willow. Runway 27. Climb on heading 276 to 1200, and then a heading 276 for radar vectors to cross Jules at or above 4. Pff, dude, we're out of 4, no problem. Oh, yeah, so it's just straight ahead to 1200. That's right. And then Jules. Cool. Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Willow Run. Yeah, so standard with a minimum or lower than standard with minimum of 500 feet per nautical mile to 1220. 500 feet per nautical... Oh, this is another superiority, dude. Look, they do the calculation for you right there. 500 feet per nautical mile for various ground speeds. So we're out of here like at 200 knots. Actually, probably 180, but I'll hold... Ah, no, 200. So just under 1,700 feet per minute. Cool. Awesome. And we are in here, so we need to do the flight events. Get this thing started up here. We'll see if our airplane pops up. There it is right there. Sick! Okay, cool. So we know what's going on now. We know what's going on now. So looking at the chart here. ATIS on... let's see here. 127,425. 127,425. Dude, rabbit holing with you guys is the best ever. Seriously. 119,975. 119,975. Towers 125. 275. $118.95. All right, and then we will do. We're doing Jules, Sanders, and then the first VOR we're going to be coming up to is Fort Wayne, 117.8. No, see, the cool thing about the sim is we paused it, dude. So yeah, no expense there. But you know what? Even if I was, totally worth it, man. Totally worth it. Great questions, dude. And plus, you're fired up about it, dude. Like, you're super, you're super pumped about it. And I don't meet enough pilots that are really, truly jazzed about it, That's a lot of wisdom, I think, on your part, to be excited for something like that. It's not just something that you have to do, something else you have to do, and more money you have to spend. That's not what's going on here. All right, so there we go. Let's look at, so pedostatic, cold, both, parking brake. There you go. I'm going to leave the pedostatic off for now. And now that we got that, let's get our ATIS. Forget how to... Oh, you know what? Damn, you know what? That makes me want to... Because my private pilot tonight is going to be instruments, the pedostatic instruments, and then I don't have VOR tracking and intercepting until the end of the month. But dude, I could move it. Or you know what I could do is next Tuesday, the 18th, I can do for my IFR class, we could do VOR navigation. Matter of fact, I will do that. Hold on, let me change that on the calendar. Whew. Had to change out of that hoodie. No. You know what? No, because I've been, I had originally, VOR navigation was for last night. But, I needed to, change things up and, like, fly some routes, actually, for my interviews. So, I've been really wanting, and I'm overdue, dude. I'm overdue for, like, a VOR navigation lecture, so we'll do it. And the cool thing is on my tablet right there, like in the corner, I have this thing that I can, like, you know, use my ForeFlight, right? So I also, that's just my tablet. So on a separate app, I have a VOR trainer that I like, you know, we walk through it, dude. Like it's a thing that I paid for that will show you like intercepting, tracking, like it just really simple like VOR trainer. So I just stream that, and we look at you know, headings and selections and VOR1, VOR2 stuff, and then we go in the sim and do it. VOR workshops are the shit. I love doing that. Normally I'm in the evening, 7 or 8 p.m. Pacific. What? Oh, dude, you're gonna... Okay, I'm fucking for sure doing that next Tuesday then. Yeah, absolutely, man. We'll make it really good. It'll be the bomb. It'll be super good. If I could just figure out how to turn on the goddamn... It is 127,425. Oh, and do they even have the VOT right there? Check that out. Weird. Okay. I'm just gonna pretend like I got it. And we'll put some clouds in there. Actually, let's do... No, not live weather. Let's do cloud. Or no, let's do broken. That's fine. That looks pretty awesome. All right. So we got the weather. Let's call up ground. And it's going to be, where the hell, where even am I, dude? I am Willow. So Willow ground. Cessna 5 or citation 510. Actually, damn, I should have changed my call sign. 6863, or I guess 510 Charlie Mike. At the east ramp, requesting IFR as filed to, what was it? Cedar, no, what's the name of it? Cedar Rapids. Yeah, Charlie India Delta. So requesting IFR to Cedar Rapids. 510 Charlie Mike, I have your IFR clearance advised and ready to copy. Ready to copy, 510 Charlie Mike. 510 Charlie Mike, you are cleared to the Cedar Rapids Airport on departure, or you're cleared via the Sanders 2. The Sanders 2 departure, Bogart transition, or Bigart transition. Actually, let's just go Sanders. And then climb via the SID. And as filed. Climb and maintain climb and maintain 9,000. Expect 360. Was it 360? Hold position. Yeah, expect 360, flight level 360, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is Detroit departures on 118.95. Squawk 0220. 510 Charlie Mike, cleared to the Cedar Rapids Airport via the Sanders 2 departure. Climb via the SID as filed. 9,000, expect flight level 360, 10 minutes after departure. The Detroit departures on 118.95 and 0220 for 510 Charlie Mike. Read back correct. All right, cool. Contact ground and ready for taxi. Sounds good. 118.95 right there. 0220. 0220 for the transponder. Good. Okay. We got the Sanders 2 right there. And the arrival, we got the RNAV 27. Looks good. Performance. For takeoff, wind was... actually, let's just look that up really quick. What is it? It's... Let's just jot this down. So for YIP information, I don't know, X-ray, wind is 230 at Niner, visibility 10, sky conditions, overcast 65, temperature 4, Jesus Christ, temperature 4, dew point -2, altimeters 2997, departing runway 27. Cool. So we have X-ray. The wind was 230 at 9. Outside air temperature is 4. Oh shit. Where is... Oh, clear. 42997. And we're gonna be runway 27 next, and then we got our V speeds right there. Let's send it. We got our V speeds that pop up right there. Sounds good. Sweet. Awesome. Runway heading is going to be 275. Oh, that's right. Okay, cool. So heading is going to be 275. And looking at checklist wise, oh, and then altitude was what'd they say? 9,000. Sweet. Nav, let's see, we got VOR. It's gonna be GPS, we'll just do that. I want the, that actually looks good. I like the arc. Terrain, weather, traffic. What else? Let's go checklist, normal, and we'll do not before start. We started everything, ITT, systems look good. Avionics on. Climate control selector norm. Let's see, wait a minute. That was over here. Climate control norm, that's right. Temp, fuel transfer is off. And nav, strobe, taxi, passenger lights. Passengers, safety briefing, safety button, trim set. That's right, so that's in there. A little bit of nose up, aileron looks good. Trims are good. Flight controls free and correct. Speed brakes checked. And we'll check the flaps as well. Whoa. Wait, what the hell? Whoa! Hold up. Alright. There we go. Parking brake not set. Yeah, thanks, dude. Let's try that again. Cool, man. uh, Hilarious. He's an imposter. And then flaps. Oh shit. Oh, there we go. I mixed up my controls there. Thank God for that squat switch. Cool. Sweet. And we're flaps for takeoff. And then speed brakes. Been checked. Flaps are set. Hydraulic pressure. Let's go systems here. Hydraulic pressure looks good. Engine anti-ice. Takeoff data, we've put that in. Avionics set. Autopilot engaged, disconnect. So yeah, let's do autopilot. I think is that here? Yeah, so there's for takeoff right there. And that pitches up and disconnect. Roll and pitch are default and blinking. We're on our side for the autopilot. Altimeter set. And I think for here, so what? It should be 700. Yeah, so the altimeter, it seems to be correct for right now. Pressurization, right? So let's do, actually don't think we set anything in here. I think it's an automatic. You just need to make sure that it's on auto. Sourcing norm. So looks good. Exterior lights are on. Brakes. We know that those brakes work. Brakes, nose wheel steering, flight instruments checked. Cool, and then before takeoff. Okay, awesome. So, what do we got? Willow ground, Cessna 510 Charlie Mike, East ramp, taxi runway 27 with X-ray. Taxi 27 via Echo 1. 510 Charlie Mike. Okay, parking brake is now off. And let's go ahead and go. And I think, oh, you know what? We need to get over there. Whoa, whoa. Weird. Dude, my internet is bomb. Microsoft Flight Sim's tripping. Successfully connected. Alright, so parking brake is on. So what we're going to do is do our ice protection. We're going to go pitot-static heat 1 and 2. Tail de-ice, everything else looks fine. FMS text, want the lower one, and I want the... I want that one. And then the lower menu, and then what we can do is cycle through, I want to say it's, is it advanced? Yeah. Wait, what? I would think that I thought that this cycled through my waypoints, but maybe it doesn't. Oh, you know what? We need to put things in still, dude. Yeah. Okay. So really quick, it's FWA. BVT. Hold on one sec. This is like frustrating. There we go. BVT. Okay. PNT. And then BDF. Cool. And then Judas. Wavam. Okay, cool. Good, good, good. And then looking at the approach, Judas and Wavam at 27. Good. And then runway 27, that's, yeah, 11, 12, okay. And then what, Chukla? Or Kukla. And then hold at Kukla on a hold at Kukla. Alright, sweet. That looks good. And then Jules. So we're going to be cleared Jules at a certain point. For runway 27. And then what I want to do is do heading mode, runway heading, and then a vertical speed of 2,500 feet per minute, and then we'll do a flight level change on the way up. Ice protection on, rudder bias, seats, flaps are set for takeoff, speed brake 0, trims, crew briefing. We briefed our approach, TCAS, radar. Let's do terrain and traffic. Above, below, terrain, weather. There's our weather right there. Terrain is right there. Go around button pushed. Battery amps 20. Ice. Pitot-static on. Exterior lights. Cool, and then takeoff check. Okay, great. We're on with tower. And cool. All right, so Willow Tower, Cessna 510 Charlie Mark, holding short, runway 27 at Delta, IFR departure. Clear for takeoff, runway 27, 510 Charlie Mike, and we are clear final out there. Parking brakes coming off. Flaps are set for takeoff. Of course, these fucking stupid dogs are barking like right as I'm going to take off. Hold on one second, let me close my window. Those are not my dogs, but I would not talk about my own animals this way. All right, here we go. Oh, and then lights. Landing light on. Good. All right, cool. Well, the thing is like, I want to be in heading mode. I mean, I know toga. I pushed the toga already when I tested it. But so do I do it? Do I leave it in like this mode right here? Do I leave it like that? Because I want to be in heading mode. I mean, I did that in the, see, the thing is I did it in the test. I did it, the autopilot test, and we need to make sure that it does that. But I think when I take the runway to get it all set up, I can go back to heading mode there and vertical speed. I believe I'm able to do that after I've done the test, though, like you're saying. All right, so we're good there, and let's go ahead and go. All right, systems are looking good on the roll. Airspeed is alive. V1, rotate. Positive rate. Gear up, flaps up. Actually, wait, hold on. Autopilot. Hold up. Yeah, flight level change. Wait, hold on. Yeah, autopilot right there. Okay, cool. So autopilot on, heading mode, vertical speed, and I'm gonna use flight level change. I'm gonna use that speed right there. And I'm gonna tell it to grab onto altitude. 510 Charlie Mike, over to SoCal, or over to departure. Detroit departure, 510 Charlie Mike is level 9,000. 510 Charlie Mike. Turn left, direct Jules. Climb and maintain 16,000. Left Jules direct. 16,510 Charlie Mike. All right. Watching that speed. Jules direct. And let's climb up. They said 16,000. Cool, and then vertical speed. And actually, I thought I set 200. Hold on. Flight level change, dude. Dude, what can I say, man? I'm a speed demon. Yeah, I'm also behind. I haven't flown this airplane in a long time. But definitely happy to be in it. Well, I definitely get that it doesn't have the auto. Yeah, like I think I just made a mistake. I didn't. I thought I clicked it, but apparently not. I thought I set it for 200, but all good. So here we are. We are Jules direct. Climb check. Systems look good. Climb power is set. We're trimmed. Flaps up. Gear up. Altitude. Climb and maintain 360. 510 Charlie Mike. And let's do... yeah, no, I'm pitching down here. We'll do we'll do like a cool 250, dude. Get that power up. Yeah, we'll speed up. Maybe 220. Yeah, 230 is fine. So 230, we're 190 for 360. We're direct to Joules. Looks good, man. Looks good. Apollo and the Tomcat. Ooh, fuel. Am I really that low on fuel? Mid-air refuel, dude. Exactly. That's what's up. So we got that 230 change. And looks good. So the interview, yeah. So I have 2 interviews. I have one on Tuesday afternoon. They're both for corporate. One is for a Lear 35, or no, Lear 45 SIC, and the other is for a Hawker 400 SIC. And I'm just hoping it goes well. I know that the interview will go well, but being an amputee, you know, I've just started really applying, you know, for these jobs, and so a couple times it hasn't been that easy of a sell. You know, I need to do what I can to stack the deck in my favor as much as possible. I do have a prosthetic arm that I use, and I've sat in the cockpit of a sim for a citation at a 142 facility, and I know that I could do the SIC duties. It's really just a matter of these guys like being, you know, willing to give me a chance. So, you know, I'm just trying to get through these initial interviews, and just take it from there. And, you know, not everybody's going to be okay with it, but somebody who is okay with it is out there for sure. But I'm really excited, man. One is I think they're both for they're both for passengers, and this one, the flight out of Michigan that I'm doing right now, actually, is the one that I have next Tuesday. It's the interview I have next Tuesday. Last night I was flying out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That I had my initial interview, my phone interview already. Went really well. I had it with the coming up on Joules here. Right turn. There's the right turn. I had my initial interview with the director of ops, and we had a really good conversation. So I'm feeling good. So far, so good. Lears are rockets, really? I actually don't have any sim experience with them or seen them actually even. So that's really cool. Good performance, huh? Honestly, I'm really excited at, you know, the possibility of moving forward. You know, I really love flight instruction. Um Yes, that was in a Lear 35. That's a third place that I'm looking to hopefully get an initial interview with. They haven't called me back yet or reached out, but it's an air ambulance that flies Lear 35s. Not down here. They're in where, forget where, but um, they actually fly all over. So maybe it was, I don't know, but that was an air ambulance that did that. And yeah, there's a guy that I need to reach out to actually. That's his home airport was Gillespie. Pretty insane. No, it was not VFR. It was not. They had canceled IFR. Um, Even though they should have. Um, Yeah, that's the thing. It was. I believe they were in technically they had visual of the runway, but it was not VFR like it was in no. They should not have canceled. And I think what they were trying to do, like you're saying, is it was a circling approach, and they were trying. They had canceled IFR to fly the circle, and either lost the runway or whatever. But I think they said that they there was a stall, right? It was like a stall. They were suspecting stall spin, I believe, right? Yeah, but like I was saying, is like I'm just really excited at as much as I love instruction a lot. I'm just excited to keep challenging myself. To hopefully get on a team of like people that are really good. A really good team to be a part of. Um, be a part of. Maybe get into positions of leadership and stuff, and really just build my experience because I do want to keep moving forward, especially as an amputee. Like it's really important that I keep moving forward and that I keep growing in my abilities. Um, I want to, I love flight instruction. I love Part 91 flight instruction, but I want to get faster. I want to get more. I want to really um, get acquainted with hardcore IFR. You know, I want to get acquainted with real deal airplanes, and I know that I could do it. I just need that company that will be willing to give me a shot in training. If I could just get my foot in the door, um, and they give me a chance to get in the sim, I know that I could do it for sure. It's funny that you asked that about the majors and the airlines. Is I up until recently I thought there'd be no way for me to be able to do that. Like, what airline is gonna hire a guy with like one arm, to fly? Even though I use a prosthesis, I use a prosthetic arm. I'll take my hat off here. Um, and then I was talking to a guy that flies for the majors like last night in my session, my citation session last night, and he was like, "Dude, absolutely they would hire you. It would look amazing for them, and if you could do it, then they would totally hire you." And I was like, "Wow, and it's just funny because and I believe him. As I a few years ago I would have thought that was outrageous, but the thing is like all along this process of my flight training, because I started my flight training after my arm was amputated, and every single stage of the training, I doubted my ability to do the next thing. Everything from finishing my private to the instrument rating, commercial, every single step, you know. For the longest time, I didn't get my multi because I thought it was like unsafe or whatever, and then I did my multi, you know. So, all right, we're 350 for 360, and I just think that assuming that because I love the team environment, I love the crew environment, and I know what's going on, like with what they're doing. Like I was telling you, I was breaking down this IFR stuff. Like I definitely get it. I had great training in the beginning. So I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. That's what he was saying, actually. I was like, wow. So I'm just kind of listening to my own self-doubts, and I'm looking at the patterns, you know, that I've experienced all along the way. I'm like, man, I bet I could do that. I bet I could. So I wouldn't rule it out. I would like to get into the 135 world at least and start getting into the professional world and flying these smaller fast jets, you know, these smaller fast planes, just kind of getting into a crew environment. And Delta just dropped that. Oh, well, they probably just dropped it on paper, right? I'm assuming they do want. I do have a 4-year degree. I graduated Berkeley. So that I definitely wouldn't rule that out, man. It would be really nice though to get hired on 135 and just put a few years in, get some serious time. They made a post about it. No way, really? Yeah, they're getting the pilot shortage is real. You're definitely seeing that. Like one of the places that I applied to, that I'm going to talk to next Tuesday, they lowered it's an SIC for a jet, and they lowered it from 1,000 hours to 800 hours, or I think they lowered it from 1,200 to 800 hours. And I'm sitting here with 900 hours. I mean, I'm like, holy shit, man, you know. So pilot shortage is real, and he flies G5 now. Never could go Delta because of the 4-year. Oh, so he's considering actually doing that, huh? Damn, flying a G5. So then the pay, I guess, is just better. Right? It's got to be the pay, because G5 experience, oh my god, Gulfstream experience, that's insane, man. That's gold. Long run's better. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, is I just, you know, the first 2 to 3 years are rough. Yeah. So I definitely would. The job security would be really nice, and you know, to be able to just keep growing and flying bigger and flying, I don't know. That'd be really, really cool. Really cool. But honestly, man, I just love flying. And I think I'm learning what's possible. Let me dial this back to cruise power here. There's high cruise power setting. Stay away from that red line there. What are we doing? Are we doing 430, 440? Another guy who lives in the area, he holds a line on 737-900. He made close to 500. Jesus Christ, are you serious? That's ridiculous, man. So it's not a bad idea, you know. I think what I'm trying to set clear short-term, medium, and long-term goals. And the thing is what's tough about that is I'm constantly learning what is possible, you know, with my arm situation and like what I'm able to do. I'm learning, like, dude, if you know, I could do really I could do all of it. You know, the flight instruction's been really good for teaching me how to manage the airplane from the right seat with the left arm gone. That's been very, very, because I don't use my prosthetic arm when I flight instruct. And so I just stay ahead of the student and stay ahead of the airplane. Um, and do you know which airline that 737 guy is with? Just started ground school on a 737 today. Dude, that's cool, Taco. Yeah, I'm really excited for you, man. That's gonna be really, really cool. Wait a minute. We're off. Siebes, Burke. Oh, no, 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 no. We need to go next. We need to be this leg right here. Um, let's go cleared. Let's just go direct. Kids are grown, and he picks up extra stuff, though. I think you can expect like 300 during a normal. That is wild, man. That's wild. Yeah, I would love that, man. Honestly, I just want to fly and have good security and like just get paid enough. Like I don't need anything super crazy. Um, and just to be able to take care of family. That's like all I'm. And at this point, I'm just like evaluating. I'm trying to see. I'm just only now getting out into the professional world. So I've got a mentor, like I've got my resume together. I have my flight instructor's certificates, my instrument ratings, and my multi-land. I have my hours are up, so I'm past 900, so now I'm on my way to 1,000. My cross country time's there, my IFR time, my night time, my PIC time, like it's all there. So really what it comes down to is finding a company that will give me that chance, and then I just kind of want to take it from there. If I get into this company and I find that like I could learn the no turbine time, no turbine time. So, you know, if I can just get in the right seat and gain some of that jet time, that turbine time, get my hours all the way, get them up, um, put my time in, then dude, if I just get my foot in the door and get on the team and actually start flying, and then the rest absolutely is the door's wide open then at that point. Find a King Air or Otter to fly the jumpers. That's definitely a possibility. Um, and I think what I would do is, as I apply to these jobs, like I'm getting bites. I'm getting bites, and if they are, I think if I have enough rejections, and once I there's a good amount of failed attempts, then yeah, then I'll regroup and I'll do something like that. But I kind of want to see where these bites are taking me. You know what I mean? It's intriguing, man, that like, especially as an instructor, the hours are there. Like I'll be at 1,000 in a little while. I don't instruct hardcore, you know. So in a couple of months, I should be up near 1,000. I should actually be 1,000 definitely in 2 to 3 months. I don't instruct, like I say, I'm not 100 hours a month or 80 hours a month. Absolutely not. So yeah, I kind of want to see where these bites are taking me, and how far into the interview process can I go. If I am going to get rejected because of this arm situation, Why is it, you know, um, how far am I getting? Like, gain some interviewing skills. Like, what are the questions that they're asking? For this place for Tuesday, I took a, or no, yeah, for Tuesday, I took an interview test. So it, it is actually, I know it was on my old resume, but let's see here. Yeah, so I do vaguely, like, I allude to it on my my special accomplishments and activities. I say that it's a that the last bullet point is a motivational speaker as an amputee pilot. So, but pretty much I just leave it off, and then whereas I had it in like three places on my old resume, but my old resume was like two pages long. So, my mentor and I go back and forth on this, and he, you know, he kind of empathizes with what I'm going through actually. So he's like, dude, you shouldn't need to justify anything. You don't need to even put it on there. I wouldn't even, talk about it at all. And then he kind of changed his tune a little bit when I was like, hey, dude, I think I agree with what you're saying, but I just think that there does need to be disclosure. Let's try disclosure like late in the process. Like, let's do it before I go out there, before I do training. Don't just show up to training, right? But allude to it all along the way, and like the final interview before, get through the first one or two interviews, and then that last interview, then bring it up, and the right guys will be okay with it. I think that's the way to go. And like I do talk about it on my resume. I mentioned it, on my resume. Um, Very, very vaguely though. And actually, I don't even mention the arm. I just say that I'm an amputee. So we'll just have to see where it goes. I think that the situation is, I can see how it might be a detractor for Part 135, but 121 guys would probably like it. Interesting. Yeah, so far the last couple have been kind of a tough sell for the 135. Um, and that's okay. There are so many 135s out there, though. It's like everybody I talk to says that the right company is out there that will be okay with it. I just need to, spend the time looking, and I'll find it. Um, and I like to think that the 121s would actually like it as well. Um, God damn, though, it would just be really, really nice to get that jet and crew experience prior and get those hours up. Like, it'd be really nice to go to a 121, to apply to a 121 with 3,000 hours or 4,000 hours, and 1,500 jet, and I've gone through initials, I've gone through recurrent, an initial, I've gone through recurrent multiple times, and like I've just been in it, and it's not been the big companies love diversity of all types. You'd probably be on the safety video. That would be legit. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like, that would be cool to apply with those hours and have my arm, and know for a fact and know from experience that the arm has not been an issue already, and have that time, and not be like 1,500 hours of like flight instruction, with real, and like 30 hours of multi and no turbine time and bottom of the barrel like applicant. I really, really, really am hoping for some 135 stuff before that point. Yeah, I really appreciate that good energy, man. I really, really do. Because it's a challenge, man. It's a challenge. And like I said, like I do, motivational speaking is something that I want to do and that I have done some of already. And um, it would just make for like a really nice chapter of the story as well, you know? Well, it's one of the things that I love about flight instruction is like I bring that unique perspective like to students that are challenged by certain things, and I'm able to help them see like, dude, no, like these are the techniques, you can do it. And to be like, the proof is in the pudding, dude. Like the fact that I'm able to do it with these techniques, like it's proof that the techniques are legit. um And so anyway, yeah, it's just like I say, the hours are looking better on my resume. My resume looks better. It's a single page resume now. It was 2 pages. My cover letter is good. Um uh the hours look good, and I also, my mentor is super helpful. Um and just the fact that I'm getting bites right now, I think, why, and I'm still actively flight instructing, so I'm still getting more hours. I think it's a good sign. I think it's a good sign, and even the failures, like even the failed attempts, like the I've only been rejected actually once. I haven't been applying all over the place. So really, like these 2 interviews, they will be really telling, I think. And I just want to, I don't mind, if I don't get these jobs. That's not really what it's about. Like, I really want to learn what is it that they're looking for. If they're going to say no, is it how late into the, am I, in other words, for these 2 interviews, if I make it to both of them, to that second or third interview or whatever, and then I go disclosure like right at the end before they give me the go, and then they go, oh well, we would, but the blah blah blah, without getting crazy into like legal stuff and equal opportunity and all that shit. I don't really want to like. I'm more curious. I'm more interested in how far did I go? What did I say? What was their reaction, and how can I adapt? And just continue to get better, in search of that one that is cool. Because fuck them anyways. Like if they don't want, if they're gonna be weird about it, then good. I don't want to work for them. And I'm willing to relocate wherever. So in there, if being willing to relocate, dude, there are companies all over the place. So I'm sure the right one's out there. I'm not really tripping on the if these don't work out. But like you said, just get that first, that just that one, get some of that flying time going, and just getting a foot in the door and on the team. The rest is absolutely open, dude. Let's go ahead and brief our approach. So looking at the Cedar Rapids, RNAV runway 27, page 12-3, October 29, 2021. It's WAS. Final approach course is 269. Final approach fix at WAVM 2700, down on the LPV to a DA of 1112. That's 250 above the ground. Touchdown zone elevation of 862. MSA 4000 all around. Missed approach is a climb to 2500, direct Kukla. Let's see here. For the notes, we'll have the local altimeter setting. Uncompensated baro VNAV not applicable. LNAV VNAV not applicable. VDP not authorized when using the different altimeter setting. Notable terrain, no real notable terrain. Looks like there's a little spot under WAVM Kukla holding is going to be our choice of entry, parallel or teardrop entry. Level crossing Judas at 2700, glide path intercept at 2700 at Wavum, down to 1112. We've got a conditional. Oh, you know what? While I'm on here, let me look at that synthetic vision. Sweet. $2,400 RVR, and we're looking for a Mauser approach light type with a Pappy off to the left. Approach briefing is complete. And we'll get our ATIS 12415. Insurance is any different based on the pilots? I do not know, actually, and I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's whether they're a pilot or not, and you know, whether they have the minimum hours that insurance says that they need. You know, otherwise, I can't imagine that it's based on, you know, that there are differences. But maybe 12415. Cool. Man. Yeah, so it's good times, man. I'm feeling really good. Oh, we're almost there. So we're coming up to Pontiac. Yeah, so it's all good. I do have my fingers crossed, though. I mean, it's really great experience that could be. Like, I don't even really care. I mean, pay is decent. These are seem like two good companies. Some benefits and stuff and whatever. But, you know, like I say, my fingers are crossed for nothing else really other than, you know, they are companies that are cool. You know, I'm just looking for a cool company. I really like the first one, actually, that I talked to, that I should be hearing back from. When was that? That was on the 7th. Yeah, so I should hear back from him, the folks that I had my first call with out of the place in Florida. I should hear back from them in about a week from today. Maybe a week. Actually, no, a week from Friday. So, you know, we definitely got some more time, but it was such a good conversation, and we left it really, really well, you know. And it was one of those things where, you know, like, you'll talk to people and, you know, like, the routine stuff is going along, but then you just, like, connect with them on some stuff, you know, you're laughing at certain things or whatever, and it was like, you know, he's the director of ops at this company, and we just connected in like really important ways, dude, like on teamwork and safety and decision making, and really really important ways. And I was able to kind of get, you know, let him know that I'm on the same page about those very important topics, and leadership is very important to me and things like that, which I think, you know, were worth a lot to him. And the way that we left it, he was like, you know, I'll call you, you know, thank you for talking. Like, the conversation went really well. Um, sounds like it could be a good fit. If you don't hear from me in 2 weeks, like, reach out. And then I was saying, thank you so much. The you know, this opportunity means so much to me because of these topics mean so much to me that we're talking about. And thank you for the time. You know, in 2 weeks, that's actually perfect, because that gives me time to research not only the company more, but the aircraft. Like, I have the pilot training manual for the aircraft, as well as fly the routes in the sim. I told them that I would fly their routes and get familiar with the jet procedures for that company. And he was like super jazzed about that, and that's how we ended it, you know. So I'm really 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 pumped about that. Let's take it down to flight level 200. All right, so we're starting our initial descent, coming up on Pontiac, and then from Pontiac to Bradford, and then really from Bradford we're direct to the approach. So I mean, we don't have a ton of time left. En route time en route to the destination, 20 minutes or so. Dude, in that case, I'm gonna take the I've got some fish and some steak to cook up after this, man, for lunch. I'm gonna take that out of the fridge. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Let's do it. Let's do altitude. So yeah, we are. Let's get down to. Set and maintain 13,000. All right. One, two, 4, 1, 5. Yeah, so we've got LNAV 1 autopilot down to 13 set. We've got altitude select armed. Vertical speed mode, we're 230. We're 23,000. 23,000. 230 to 130 or 13,000. Slowing us down. Get our speed back up, actually. All right. So we're coming down. We are. Oh shit. There we go. So we're coming down. We're 200 for 13,000. Briefed our approach. Got like 15 minutes until we're at our destination. Right now we're Judas direct. We're Judas direct, and that's great. Take it down to 9,000 actually, or no, we can hang out here. Oh, let's put in our landing data. Um, performance, fuel, flight, approach. The wind is 300 at Niner. Temperature 2, 300 at Niner. Runway 27. Send those to the PFD. Send complete. Okay. And then the references are here. We have approaching at 114. Ref is 108. Minimums were, what did we say? 11, 12 baro. Let's just do a radar of 250. Good. Okay, cool. So 250 set radar. Keep that coming down to one. Let's keep it. Let's do it 9,000. Radar TAWS. Okay, great. Looking good. So those are set. V speeds are in. Checklist. Takeoff's done. After takeoff, the climb has been done. Cruise done. Descent, altimeters, exterior lights. Let's get them. Logo. Okay, lights are good. Landing data confirmed. We just put that in. Crew briefing. We briefed our approach. Yeah, so let's get approach is going to be on 119.7. Shit. So goddamn annoying. For fuck's fucking sake, dude. One 19.7. Should be on with them. Oh shit.
Altitude
Okay, descend and maintain 6,000. Slow it down. And then tower is going to be 118.7. Minimums are set. Fuel transfer is off. Exterior lights. Ice. Approach. Flaps are going to be 15. How are we? Are we actually close? Yeah, we could start putting in some flaps. So let's see. Yeah, start slowing down here.
Altitude.
All right, and we can actually take this down to 3,000. And send and maintain. Will you stream and then start back up later for instruction stuff? Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll come back tonight, probably like 8 or something like that for private pilot instruments, pedostatic instruments. And we'll probably do some. Yeah, we could probably do some Microsoft Flight Sim. You know, in the 172, maybe do some VOR navigation, some cross country stuff. I like that idea. Maybe a flight down to San Diego. All right, so we're 4,008 for 3,000. Mo Daddy, what's up, dude? What's going on? Okay, let's get this. It's good to see you, dude.
Altitude.
All right, let's get those flaps in. Yeah, absolutely, Avari. We'll see you soon. If not tonight, then definitely soon. Definitely soon, man. Thank you for all the good vibes, man. I need it, you know. We help each other. All right, before landing check, we've got systems are green, hydraulics, oxygen, battery is healthy. We're trimmed. Just watching our speed here. So we're just gonna hang out here at 3,000. Pretty. Mo Daddy, I appreciate that, man. You're always bringing positivity here, dude. you gotta, you gotta turn that HUD off, my guy. Yeah, I forget how to do that. I'll do that next time. No, I appreciate the positivity, man. Oh shit, we are fast. We are super fast. No, I appreciate that. Actually, we were talking about that earlier. That there was a gentleman in here asking me what I was, what my goals were, like what I wanted to do, if I would do airlines or what, and I was talking about the 135 flying. Some of the doubts, some of the self doubts that I've been working through, and I've got a couple interviews lined up that I think will help me either way. Um, if not successful, then what the whole like arm situation has been like kind of getting in the way a little bit. And so, if for no other reason, these interviews I think would be helpful just as steps along the path towards success and understanding what I need to do and understanding what they're looking for and also what sort of challenges to expect. Um, Hold on one sec. I'll be right back. Actually, let me put the fish in the oven. 1 second. So yeah, one of the many reasons why I love this community and why I love opening up about things on this channel while we're all like hanging out flying with each other is because it's guys like you and this other gentleman and lots of other people on here that were very um, very encouraging. Very encouraging to move forward and to not give up. And I'm not going to give up, but it can be tough. It can be tough to know like what the right thing to do is. And so I just really, I appreciate those the positivity, because it's one thing to be positive, it's but it's another thing to be substantive and to like to have substance to that positivity and real like actual encouragement. And you bring that, you and this other gentleman, lots of other people that were in the stream last night, like bringing positivity to like to the air to the evening. Airspeed, VREF. And so dude, I'm glad that I could do that for you, man. That's what it's all about, dude. We got supporting each other, honestly. That's what it's all about, man. Um, Here we are up there on the approach. Yeah, so it was really cool because I definitely need to keep my head up and keep positivity I think more important than positivity, though, is adapting and adaptation and just keeping my head on a swivel and, like, you know, seeing. I gotta slow down, actually.
Landing gear.
Um, See, it should have sent the ref speeds. Approach is 113 and ref is 107. Make that right hand turn right there. All right, maintain 3000 until established on the final approach. Cleared RNAV runway 27. 510 Charlie Mike. All right, so here comes our approach speed. Gear down, 3 green. We've got all of our flaps are in. Oh, runway's in sight, actually. We're looking for a Mauser approach light type with a Pappy off to the left. And I want to be in approach mode is armed and captured. We've got the final approach course captured right there. Glide path is armed. And let's slow down to approach speed for the final approach fix. And we'll go autopilot off.
Autopilot.
Yaw damper off. Trying to really stick to those command bars. All right, there's the final approach fix. Approach speed is 114. Let's get back down there. Runway is definitely in sight, so Short final, gear down, 3 green check, full flaps. A little fast. We're low. Yeah, we really recovered from that real nicely. Just try not to go the other way though. Slow it down to ref.
Minimums.
Continue.
Altitude.
Yeah, that felt, even though that wasn't on the center line, that actually felt really nice. Really, really nice. Dude, thank you guys. Thank you, thank you. Very cool. All right, we'll continue straight ahead. Let's clean up the airplane. Flaps. Pitot heat. And then ground. Good. Eastern Iowa ground. 510 Charlie Mike, clear runway 27 Alpha 6 to the FBO. Alpha 6 to the FBO, straight ahead with you, 510 Charlie Mike. Well, you guys are awesome, man. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I'll be back tonight for some Private Pilot Wednesday, some instruction, and really looking forward to it. It's going to be looking at the pitot-static instruments, their errors, and next Wednesday we'll look at the gyro instruments, and that way we're not spending 2 hours doing ground. And it's a good time, man. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. It is always a pleasure, and like I was saying, I really appreciate the positive energy that you guys bring, and you guys are always, I try and be encouraging and positive and empowering to you guys, and you guys are really the same, like, for me, man. There's been plenty of times, even in just this stream session, that you guys have come in and have encouraged me to, do well on these interviews and just make it through them. And, either way, it's going to be good. The right company is out there. I just really appreciate the love and the support and everything. And I got it for you guys as well. So thank you for everything. I am going to sign off. I'm going to make that lunch. And I'll see you guys in a few hours. I'm thinking 8 p.m. Pacific time. So 5 hours or so from now, I'll be back to discuss. So and then we'll cross country together and talk then. Thank you guys again so much. Um, I don't think. Let's see, Taco. You said I don't think I'll catch the stream later because of the time difference. But enjoy the stream. Good luck on upcoming interviews. Hey man, thanks a lot. I really, really appreciate it. Hopefully good news. And I think either way, good news. You know, either way, even if I don't get these jobs, it's going to be good news for things that I've learned. Frankly, I think the interviews will go really well. I think it'll be in the future, like getting past that third one and how they react to disclosure. That will be the main thing. I think the interviews are gonna go actually okay. You know, I know my regs, like I know my procedures. I'm familiar with CRM. I will have researched the company and the aircraft, but by then, so we'll just have to see, you know, how disclosure goes. So thanks again, you guys, and much love, dude. Have a great rest of the day and talk soon. See ya. Oh, let's raid actually. Let's go over to the Microsoft Flight Sim official actually. Let's raid that.
The altitude to approach the ILS. We got to catch it out there somewhere and then follow it in. And then the published distances along the way. How do we find all that? Now there is something. Here's a bonus question, you guys.
Time to work for your
Time to work for it. Here we go. The minimum. This is a bonus question because we aren't worried about this in a visual approach. But what's the minimum altitude to visually see the runway before we have to execute on mist? We don't care in this session today, but it's a bonus question. Would that be somewhere, written somewhere? And so that's what we want to know.
No, you guess.
You guess, that's right. I think today I'll guess 400 feet. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, guesswork in flying usually results
Nice image
in.
there. Did you take that?
Yeah, this is actually from the video. Now there's two videos. I'm only going to show the first one, you guys. And the reason I recorded it ahead of time is so that I can relax more while I'm talking. Because I actually used this video for our IFR course that we tried recently. It was a trial on our Twitch channel just to see how the lessons would go. And so this is a picture right out of that. You notice here